Hello and welcome to a Smurd video, and today what I wanted to do was show you all my variants that have not been slabbed. So this is my backlog of comics that are special to me, that are variants that I wanted, and at some point I will get slabbed, etc., and in my mind upgraded. I collect these solely for me. It's my personal thing that I enjoy is Power Ranger variants. They're also my Achilles heel. I am a sucker for a good Power Ranger variant. So we'll start with the San Diego Comic Con 2017. Now this is Go-Go Power Rangers issue 1. They've got 2 there. Then they've got 27th annual there. And I'll be honest with you, I can't remember what issue that is of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. 17th issue, there we go. It's all there. I think my only gripe would be that, so this is an homage to X-Men, obviously. My only gripe with this is that this was issue 1 for both of them. That just irritated me for some reason. But it's beautiful anyway. So let's move on because we've got a lot to get through. Okay, so the helmets has always been a big Power Ranger thing. So they got the Ranger holding the helmet. So got Matt, is it Crook or Cook? Then we got Kimberly with the Dragon Shield. Then we've got Ranger Slayer. Then we've got Lord Draken. Oh, goodness. When that happens. Second printing of issue 9. Now this is a pivotal first appearance of Lord Draken. Then we have the Zeros where it all began. So we've got Rita holding Green Ranger. Then we've got the issue of Zack with the Armored playing on there. And this is around the time he got offered to be the Green Ranger. Then we got Billy. We got Trini. We got Kimberly. We got Zack. And we've got Jason, and the green and white that I've got are slabbed, and I haven't ever been able to get a hold of the Armored Red, which is, well, as you can imagine, quite disappointing for somebody like me. Okay, so for a very, very long time, I have been a sucker when it comes to Steve Morris's artwork. So I do try to actually collect quite a bit of his covers, etc. Do you know what? I didn't actually notice these at the back, but that's quite cool. Probably should have noticed them sooner. Then we've got these were like a torpedo exclusives, and there were meant to be 3 variants of them, but they only ended up releasing 2 of them. So this is like the Virgin half colored one. I can't remember what the one that they didn't print was meant to be, but I ended up being that person that has brought 2 sets, and these obviously connect together quite nicely, but absolutely stunning pieces. So this is the release. I think the annoyance for me was, I'm going to say this again, is that it was all issue 50. I don't know what it is. It just bugs me that they're all a variant of issue 50. Now I know that we get, but they're usually different, but maybe I'm being a bit pedantic with this one. But hey, I am who I am. I like and dislike what I dislike. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful set. I was tempted a while back to sell one of the sets, keep the Virgin, but I managed to rein myself in and say, no, keep them both. Keep them both. So next up, there was a series between 31 and 39 called Beyond the Grid. And there was lots of Lost Rangers, and they sort of did a helmet thing again, and they had the Solar Ranger in each visor in each different angles. So I really did like these, to be fair. These were really, really my favorites to grab at the time. And there you can see there's a Solar Ranger looking at them, and you can see they're all at different angles. And then you got Ranger Slayer at the end. She probably should be underneath there. So there we go. So there's the next bit. And then we've got Shattered Grid issue 25. So this is probably when I got into comics in 28. Everything was hyped up and it was brilliant. It was also financially a terrible year for me personally. However, I managed to continue collecting comics during this time and collecting most of those previous issues, etc. And this was sort of like an homage to that issue 0, etc. And they just look all beaten up. It's Draken holding all the helmets there, and just fabulous pieces. Him holding the crystal, and then him holding Saba. Now, there was no him holding the White Ranger helmet, because this was during a time that Green Ranger was a big part of this team. And you may have noticed in that last batch, Green Ranger's helmet was there, and I started panicking. I realized that's because I got it slapped. And then we also had, so Teenage Mutant Turtles Power Rangers crossover was notorious for multiple variants. In particular, some of my favorites were around Shredder helmets. Now, the only problem with this is when they were starting to get to reprints, which is what this was, where you've got him holding red and yellow. Unfortunately, COVID hit the world, and they sort of, the shop closed, etc. So we never got to complete that. I was generally hoping that during the recent re-release crossover of round 2, that they were gonna pick up the final 4 of these, because we got White Ranger and we've got Green Ranger, which are slabbed, which you will see. But yeah, disappointing that didn't happen. Issue 24. Like I said, I'm kind of obsessed with this. This is actually my second copy of this. When I do my slabs, you'll see that I've got this, and that didn't do too well in terms of the result that I wanted. So I actually managed to get another one for a reasonable price. I'm hoping this one will get me a better grade, because in terms of my personal collection and having 24s are always going to remain no matter what. I don't intend to ever sell them. So very important that I get the grade that I want, that I'm happy with. And we got this beauty. Look at this with Lord Zed on there, this Virgin variant, which is beautiful. And then probably the least of my favorites, I've actually got a second copy of this that I've been trying to sell for a very long time, and 24s are now readily available. They're not as perhaps difficult to get, apart from the last 2 that I showed you. There's a couple more that are really difficult to get that have already been slabbed. So I've been slowly getting 24 slabs as I go along. So in reality, I would have had 2, but I had to buy the Comic-Con exclusive again, because I wanted to get that high result. And when I do, I'll sell the other one off for a reasonable price. And then, to be honest with you, I've got lots of variants now that are just together. I haven't put them into little divisions, etc., because they sort of perhaps have no place. But these are some of my my favorite ones. You'll see there's probably a lot of Green Ranger, Draken, Ranger Slayer. I love this art here. Then we've got this, which was part of the Unlimiteds. So we got these 2, which were very hard to get, and I do get very lucky sometimes with variants. I am quite lucky. I'm quite observant, and I know when there's something that I'm really wanting, I just sort of keep an eye on it. So I'll tell you about one in a minute. Got the Pink Ranger, and then we've got the special sort of Megazord pack, which was lots of variants based on key issues. So you can tell that's issue 25. I think this is issue 1 or 0. This will be Go-Go Power Rangers. And then we've got this. Now this, perhaps I could have done a bit better, is so this is Godzilla versus Power Rangers. And I only got this because I liked the fact that they all connect with each other. And I will try and drop a quick thumbnail here if I can, so you can see the rest of the covers. I think I've just turned that all the way around and made it difficult for me. Then we got Death Ranger. This is Power Rangers Unlimited, if I remember rightly. Then we got Power Rangers Unlimited, Death Ranger. So this really bugged me, because they gave us this cover, and the Black Ranger, that was meant to be an homage to those Zeros. In fact, that probably should be in that section, but it's not. I'm just going to move that out of the way. And then they didn't give us Red Ranger. They redid us dirty with Red Ranger. They gave us a foil Red Ranger. That really ticked me off. There we go. And then Power Rangers Unlimited. So they had some really nice sort of villain covers. Ivan Tao, is it? I think did this one. Just liked it. This one of those villain covers I was talking about. I really should separate these at some point. I love this one. I really wish that they'd done more of the Psycho variants because that would have looked great. This I got from a great guy called Kier. He was a good friend. He's helped me out get a couple of very special covers that I've never had before. We got this, Lord Zed. Another Steve Morris, if I remember correctly, from New Dawn. And then I think I can't remember who I picked these up from. Got these two. I think this is one of the sets I was tempted to sell recently. I decided, no, I'm not going to do that. We got this, Steve Morris. And we got this beauty. Now, I've never been able to get a hold of the unmasked one of Matt, and that does go for probably well over £100. I would like it in my collection just because then I feel like I've achieved this bit, but you know, I can't have everything obviously, but I do try. And then my recent weakness, which has been Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Mighty Morphin Power Rangers 2 crossover. Once again, lots of variants that have been absolutely gorgeous, and I've probably been once again very lucky. I'm not sure about everywhere else, but in the UK a lot of these comics didn't automatically sell because of maybe the living crisis or something else, or people just simply aren't investing in comics like they used to. But some of these, I mean, I certainly wouldn't have brought this, but when it goes from 80 odd quid to, for example, 20 quid, I'm going to get it. So I did that with quite a few of these. I got these for very reasonable prices and was generally very, very lucky in terms of them. I love this one. This one's one of my favorites. I enjoy this one as well. I would have preferred it if it was the artwork like this. It's like the card back. And then just ones like these that I generally probably wouldn't have gone out to look for, but they just happened. I deliberately went and got the heads this time. I don't think I did that with, well, you can see that I didn't do that with the first round. I wasn't interested in the turtles holding the Power Ranger helmets. I just didn't think that was very, very nice. Then we got that sort of comic pack special there. Then we've got the Donatello New York Comic Con. I still need to go buy the Raphael one. This was one of my favorites. I spent a lot of money on that one. And this is round 1 of Teenage Mutant Turtles. So the other 3 have been slabbed already. At some point I will get these slabbed as well. In fact, I may keep them aside to do. And as such, probably some of my more recent variants, etc., that are based off mainly the recent 30th anniversary. Funny story. You may laugh, you may not. I didn't go all in with the recent Kickstarter Power Rangers because I generally wasn't invested in it. However, I did probably spend 50 odd quid on the 30th anniversary comic because I wasn't expecting them to do a general release. Like they weren't going to do a general release. Goodness sake, I really did not think that one through. So I've got that coming. But in the meantime, I've got some beautiful variants. It's a really nice one. And this is probably my literally I got this last week. And this is a foil cover. I generally didn't go, I'm not a big fan of foils, to be fair. But I didn't buy this on day 1, which I probably should have done from Boom Direct. However, when everybody was getting it, I was like, you know what, actually maybe I should get myself a copy of that. And I was probably very obsessed with Forbidden Planet, maybe a bit too obsessed. I was a bit distracted from the real world, because sometimes that happens with me. And I got it. I got it for what, 20 odd quid. I was very, very happy that I'm not paying whatever ridiculous prices are going on eBay right now. Like I said, not a big foil person. However, this I can make an exception for, and it doesn't actually come out that bad, to be fair. Okay, I've saved the best for the last. So like I said, Steve Morrison has produced some amazing pieces. However, nothing beats this beauty, this connecting variant covers between, if I remember rightly, issue 12 to 24. I'm going to say, I could be wrong, it could be 13. But anyway, It just looks absolutely stunning. It's so stunning that in the recent Kickstarter, they deliberately had a poster of this. It's beautiful. There's issue 24, which I am very obsessed with. It looks absolutely beautiful. There we go, just one more. And then I'll just lean up so you can see it as a whole. Yes, this is my bed. There we go. Just realized after doing that big Steve Morrison sprint earlier, I recorded that earlier in the timeline of the video. I just realized that I actually didn't finish off my video. So here's my collection. I hope you like seeing my collection as much as I enjoy sharing this with you. I will try and do more videos like this if it's something that people want to see. But in the meantime, if you like my channel, please support me by subscribing. I'd really appreciate that. Make sure you look after yourself, very important these days. Thank you for watching. Thank you to those that are already subscribed to my channel. Appreciate you guys a great deal. And make sure you, no, I said that. I did it in the wrong order. Embrace the geekiness. Goodbye, folks.